So this is the USDCAD analysis for Tuesday, the 14th of November. Now, let's just have a look what happened with prices on the 13th. So, we're just going to grab the pen, and we did see a break. Hold on a second here. Let's just grab the pen. There we go. So, we did see a breakdown from this 1278. We have come down at the end of last week, and we did have this very long consolidation just here. In around that 2675 2675 zone. Ultimately, the major level we were looking at was all the way down at 126.22. It is a very big zone. It's about 100 and so about over 150 points actually. Yeah, it's over 150 points. So it might be too big a zone for this pair. This all the way down to from 127.78 all the way down to 126.22. And what we have found is we've not seen a very strong reaction, so we have not found a major level, but we have seen a slow, continuous turnaround in prices to the upside. So we have come down and had a very long consolidation, and we do appear to be heading to the upside. Now, potential upside targets in light of the most recent trend. We're pretty close to the 200 and 400 period moving averages here. 200 period moving average and is in blue, and 400 period moving average is in black. So if we do get up to this area here, we're looking for some further sell side momentum, possibly taking us down to the lower end of this zone just here. Let's just see where we are. So we're essentially 126.75. So 126.75. Okay, let's just get that marked on the chart. So 126.75. So if we do get up to this zone here, we're looking for potential sells all the way back down to this 126.75. But beyond that, if we do successfully break above the 126, well, above the 200 and the 400 period moving average, you'll be looking for this major level here at 127.78 for potential bearishness for further downside selling momentum all the way back down to this 126.75. Now if we get up to 27.78, we'll be looking for selling momentum to take us all the way down there. Now if we do break above, consolidate, and then we start to have some bullish momentum, possibly we'll be looking at this news related candle just here. So we did have some news related, let's just get this on there correct. So we've got this news related candle just there in around at 128.30. So in around at 128.30 we did see some selling momentum actually come into the market in around this 128.20 essentially there. So 128.30 we could potentially see some selling momentum come into the market before we get up to a major level. But again, this is just merely precautionary, having a look at precautionarily at this level around at 128.30, because the next major level is all the way up at 129. Now 129.44 we have not quite get up there, but 129 we have seen some selling momentum come into the market, very strong selling momentum of that 129. So 129 is the very strong level we'll be looking at above. Let's just zoom over here on, well, let's scroll over to the left of the chart, and again just show you why this 129 is very important. Again, we've seen a consolidation below that 129 before we saw this strong breakdown in prices from this 129 level. So 129 will be the major level above us. If we do get above 127.78 and we do successfully navigate 128.30 and so on, and where we did have some a bit of a swing in the market just there before we had this strong news event, which was deemed as being bearish for the US dollar. So in around at 128.30 before we target 129 to the upside for potential selling and bearish momentum coming back into the market. So we'll just have a look. Let's just get this going on here correct. So we've mentioned our downside targets again. To the downside, we'll be looking at 126.75, below which we'll be looking at 126.22. To the upside, we've already mentioned 129 being the far end of the range. Now we're just going to have a look at the daily chart and the weekly before we wrap up here. So if we get this going on here correct, as you can see here on the daily chart, you can see here on this daily chart, we've got strong bullish upside momentum, and we have had the most recent trend has been somewhat bearish. Let's just get the chart cleaned up. So we have seen some bullish momentum in the market more recently. Well, not more recently, a couple of weeks ago. We have seen some bearishness come into the market. We've not got all the way down to 126.22, but we have had a pretty strong 13th actually. Candle on 13th has been pretty strong. Let's just get that right. So possible upside continuation up to that 127.78 if we do get a follow through from Monday's price action. If we do see a breakdown, however, we'll get retargeting the previous swing lows in and around this 120. Let's bear with us a second here. Around that 126. Actually, swing lows all the way down at 126.66. But yeah, 126.66. So those are the levels we'll be looking at. If we have a look at the weekly time frame. So on this weekly time frame, we're clearly still in an uptrend, and we have had a bit of a pullback so far. 2 weeks of bearish momentum so far in the market. Yes, 2 weeks of bearish momentum in the market. It doesn't appear to be a reversal at present, although the candle from last week is somewhat concerning in that it's pretty sizable, and it did close near its lows, indicating very bearish momentum on the US dollar against the Canadian dollar. So that should wrap up the US dollar CAD analysis. So before I go, LCS, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching.